In 1803, the Louisiana Purchase was added to the U.S. This state was purchased by President Thomas Jefferson after he sent James Monroe to buy the land. The territory originally came from the Napoleons. This territory was added due to the war that the Napoleons lost to, so they had no choice but to sign the treaty that stated that the Louisiana now belonged to the U.S. In 1819, Florida's territory was added to the U.S. After Andrew Jackson was sent to Georgia with orders from President James Monroe in 1818. The land was bought from Spain and their Spanish government. The territory got added after James Monroe sent a message to Spain saying that Spain should either govern the state properly or leave. Instead of Spain trying to stay and properly govern their state, they decided they wanted to leave and give up Florida to the U.S. So they signed the treaty which turned Florida over to the U.S. Texas was added to the U.S. in 1845 when James K. Polk was president. Stephen Austin was sent to buy Texas from Spain, but when he arrived, Texas was already given to Mexico. While Stephen Austin was down there, he was offered to be able to have some of Mexico's land, but only if he would follow the rules that they applied, which he agreed to. But later on, the U.S. and Mexico soon went to war in the entire country. For the entire country, which this war was called the Texas Independence War. The U.S. in fact won and took over Mexico. The origin country was added in 1846 when Lewis and Clark explored the land and soon was able to buy it. In 1819, a lot of other countries claimed that the origin country was theirs, but it originally was bought from Britain in 1845 to 1848. During this time, James K. Polk was the president and later made a promise with Great Britain that there would be no wars, and with that promise, Great Britain signed the treaty and turned the origin country over to the U.S. After James K. Polk became president, he started to buy and take a lot of states and countries. That was a huge upgrade for the U.S. In 1848, the U.S. bought the Mexican cession from Mexicans from the Mexican cession. The territory was added in 1848 when Mexico and the U.S. went to war and fought for the land. Mexico lost, which gave the U.S. the Mexican cession. In 1853, Gadsden Purchase was acquired by the United States. During this time, the president of the U.S. was Franklin Pierce. Also during this time, James Gadsden arranged a little strip purchase in the south of the Mexican cession. This territory originally came from Mexico, where the U.S. then bought it. Instead of Pierce actually bullying or stealing any of the land from Mexico, they made it even and fair to Mexico that they should go to war and declare whether the U.S. or Mexico officially gets the land. And after the war, the U.S. won and officially claimed the Gadsden Purchase.